Meat stock versus bone broth. What's better for gut healing? I'm Kaylee and I'm a certified nutritionist and gut health specialist, and I love helping people to heal their guts, nourish their body with a good ancestral diet, and to thrive. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about meat stock, bone broth, which one you should use for healing your gut. All of my clients use either one of those, but there's a few factors that determine what's going to be better for you depending on where you're at in your gut healing journey and also what specific gut issues you're dealing with. So I will get into all of that so you feel confident deciding which one's better for you by the end of this video. Before I get into that, I do want to talk about the importance of including one of the two, bone broth or meat stock, because they're very, very important. Both of those are rich in collagen, and by default, collagen is very high in glycine. So the benefits are going to come from collagen and the amino acid glycine. Glycine is very anti-inflammatory, so it helps to mitigate any chronic inflammation in the gut. Collagen is also super, super helpful for healing and sealing the gut lining. So if you have any degree of leaky gut, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you have a lot of food intolerances, those are going to be very common signs of leaky gut, then collagen is going to be a must for you. If you have IBD, so if you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, then collagen is going to be essential for healing the ulcerations on your colon and helping you to overcome your IBD. So if you want to, if you want to learn more about leaky gut and autoimmune diseases, I just made a video on that, so I'll link that one up above. Okay, so I talked about how it's anti-inflammatory. Collagen is also really important for improving your digestion. So collagen attracts more digestive juices, enzymes, and bile into your intestinal tract, which will help to break down your food better. When you break down your food better, you can absorb more nutrients out of it. When you absorb more nutrients, you can use those nutrients for healing your gut, making digestive enzymes, making bile, producing stomach acid, and all of those are critical for a well-functioning digestive system, which you need when you're healing your gut and just in general. So let's see. Also, when you are breaking down your food better, you're going to have less waste, and waste from food that's not fully digested means you're missing out on vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and it also means that you're going to have more food that's going to go into your intestine that can be fermented. So if you have gut dysbiosis, then you are going to get more gas and bloating. If you have constipation, this is going to add more bulk to your stools, which is going to make it even harder to eliminate. So that's another reason why you want your digestive system functioning super well, which collagen helps with. So most people don't get enough collagen, and that's because the majority of people eat a lot of steak and boneless, skinless chicken breast and lean cuts of meat like that. And also tougher cuts of meat that you have to slow cook or have bones in them have just become less and less common, and those are the ones that are higher in collagen. So our ancestors ate a very collagen-rich diet. It is, 25 to 35% of the protein in our body is collagen, which means we need to get that in our diet. And that is why a nose to tail diet is so important, because when you're including bone broth or meat stock and marrow bones and bone and skin on poultry and tough cuts of meat that you have to slow cook, all of those are the richest foods in collagen. When you're including those, you're going to get more collagen. You're going to get that 25 to 35% that you really need for your body. Okay, so collagen is so important for healing your gut, and bone broth and meat stock both have collagen in them. Which one do you choose? So it really depends. Bone broth is better for some people, meat stock is better for some people. So let's first just understand what the difference is. Excuse me, what the difference is between bone broth and meat stock. So both are made from collagen-rich meat and bones, like chicken feet, chicken backs, chicken heads, marrow bones, pig feet, oxtail, and then oftentimes different spices, veggies, and sometimes seaweed is included in the broth as well. So meat stock focuses a little bit more on meaty cuts, hence the name meat stock. So it's going to use more of the chicken feet, chicken backs, like chunks of meat that still have, or chunks of bones that still have chunks of meat on them. So like oxtail is excellent for making meat stock as well. Still uses bones, just heavier focus on the meat. And then bone broth focuses heavier on the bones. You can still use oxtail, you can still use marrow bones in your bone broth. It's just that there's a heavier emphasis on the bone component. Now, meat stock cooks for about 2 to 4 hours on the stovetop. If you are doing it in a slow cooker, it might take slightly longer, but generally you want to keep that cooking time short. And then a pressure cooker, it can cook even faster. Bone broth, you cook a lot longer. So on the stovetop, it is about 8 to 12 hours. If you have a slow cooker, then it's usually going to be more, like 24, sometimes even 48. And if you have a pressure cooker, it can be a lot quicker, like only 3 hours. But the essential difference here is meat stock is cooked quickly, not for very long. Bone broth is cooked for a long time. Now, meat stock, because of this, is going to be lower in histamine, where bone broth can be a little bit higher. Now, for the average person, even for a lot of people that have gut issues, histamine just isn't going to be a problem. Your body knows how to break it down, and it's not an issue. But if you're somebody who has histamine intolerance, then you're definitely going to be better off with meat stock while you're healing that. And then once you've overcome the histamine intolerance and made a lot of progress with your gut healing, then you can gradually shift to bone broth. But that's going to be one key area right here. If you're histamine intolerant, just go for the meat stock. So then meat stock is also just easier to tolerate for people with really severe issues. So if you find you react to a lot of foods, you have really complicated gut issues, you have a long list of symptoms, and you just feel really confused by a lot of things, make this easy on yourself and just pick meat stock to start, because it's going to be a safer bet for you. So yeah, if you've had just really complicated issues for a long time, it's really hard to give an exact here, but basically, like an example, if you've had gut issues for 10 years, you have ulcerative colitis, you have really bad episodes of diarrhea with blood and mucus, and you react to a lot of foods, just pick meat stock to start. It's gonna be a lot easier. Now, if you have had gut issues but made some progress and you kind of just have some symptoms left, like you get some bloating and some gas and sometimes you're a little constipated, bone broth is going to be just fine for you. So yeah, it takes a little bit of figuring out, but that's kind of the general rule. So I do have some more here. So let's see. Okay, so there is a reason why you would pick bone broth, because you might be thinking now, okay, well, I'll just pick meat stock because it works for everyone. There is a benefit to bone broth, and that is because it is cooked longer, it has more collagen in it, and it has more nutrients in it. So when you can tolerate bone broth, it's ideal that you do move towards bone broth. If you're ever unsure, just stick with meat stock for a while, and then you can gradually increase too. As you can tell, there's a middle ground. You could cook broth for 6 hours or 5 hours, and it'd be kind of in between the two. So there's not this harsh rule. You can gradually increase the cooking time if that makes you feel more comfortable. Really, I only see people react to bone broth when they have really severe issues, so it's not typically a crazy thing. You're generally going to do great with both, but again, if you have really severe issues, just stick with the meat stock. If you don't have super severe, definitely do the bone broth, because you will see more rapid healing with that. I will link my bone broth recipe down below, and if you want to make meat stock, you can follow the same recipe, except only cook it for 2 to 4 hours and lean heavier on those meatier cuts, like I mentioned, oxtail or chicken backs or chicken feet. Things like that are going to be perfect. So yeah, I will link that recipe down below. And then if you'd like more help with healing your gut, I am a certified nutritionist and gut health specialist, and I do help people to heal their gut issues in my program, Ancestral Gut Healing. So if you would like to learn more about how I could help you to heal your gut issues at the root, I'll leave a link below where you can check out more about my program. And then if you do want to sign up, or you just want to talk to me and learn more about what's included, I'll also leave a link down below where you can book a call with me to tell me more about what's going on, what you're hoping to achieve, and I can give you some guidance from there. So I would love to talk to you if you are interested in getting more help with your gut healing journey. And then Also, another great video I have that I think you would be interested in is 5 gut healing recipes and 9 foods that are excellent for healing your gut. So if you are like, oh, bone broth and meat stock are awesome, what else should I be eating that's super important for healing my gut? Definitely check out that video. Bone broth and meat stock is the first one, but there are 4 other foods that are really, really important for healing your gut and make a huge difference. They're one of the first things I tell all of my clients to start eating. So if you want to learn more about how to heal your gut with an ancestral diet, I will link that video over there on the screen where you can check it out and learn more about that. So thank you for watching.